Please excuse the editing on this video. This is a quick throw together. Today, Canyon actually released their new Canyon Exceed hardtail bike. And I started getting text messages from friends like, hey, should I just get this instead of a gravel bike? Like, what's the point of a gravel bike if this type of bike exists? So I thought I'd throw together a quick video on kind of like, do I do a gravel bike? Do I do a hardtail bike? Like, which is best for me? So I think there's kind of two ways of thinking about this, and it depends on where you're coming from and where you're going and what you want to do. So the first route and the first way you can think about this is, I am a mountain biker and I want a mountain bike that is more efficient and rides gravel roads better and quicker. That is where a hardtail like the Canyon Exceed makes a lot of sense, right? I can ride this on the dirt, I can ride it fast. Occasionally when I find myself on the road, the bike works fine, but generally I'm riding this bike on the dirt. Now the flip side of that is, I'm a road biker who occasionally wants to go on the dirt. I primarily will ride on the road, I will primarily leave my house riding on the road, and I want a bike that can occasionally go on the dirt with me. It's not gonna be my exclusive focus, but once in a while I will ride on a dirt road. I will ride some single track, maybe here and there, but generally I'm gonna ride on the road to those trails. That is where I think a dedicated gravel bike with drop bars, really skinnier tires than your standard mountain bike makes a lot of sense. So it really depends on where you're coming from and what your focus is. If you are a mountain biker who just wants to go faster and wants to be more efficient, then a hardtail makes sense. There's no reason to go all the way to a gravel bike. Now, if you're a road biker who just wants to ride on the dirt once in a while and doesn't really care that it's super comfortable or that you go, super fast, a gravel bike makes a lot of sense. I personally bought my first gravel bike as a replacement to my road bike that I could also use on the dirt. I started out with a Specialized Crux. I bought it specifically because I needed a replacement for my road bike, but at the same time, I also wanted to start gravel biking. So the best of both worlds is a very capable gravel bike. The Specialized Crux works great as a road bike. It's very efficient. It's very fast on the road. But at the same time, if I want to ride in the dirt, if I want to go on a gravel road, I can do that on the Specialized Crux. I would not have been able to do that if I had gone the other route. If I had bought like a Canyon Exceed or a hardtail mountain bike, I wouldn't ride that on the road. Very rarely. It would not be a focus for me. Every once in a while you would catch me on that bike on the road, but generally that would be a mountain dirt focused bike. For me, I needed something on the road, so a dedicated gravel bike made a lot of sense. Personally, I actually do ride with a couple riders that will ride cross-country mountain bikes as gravel bikes, and they will ride them on the road, and then when it gets to the dirt, they just take off and disappear because they have much wider tires. They're in a better position and they can just go fast through the rough sections. Where on the flip side, on the road sections, when I'm riding with them, I can go a lot faster because I'm on a dedicated gravel bike. But when it gets to the rough stuff, they tend to leave me behind. So it's the best of both worlds. It depends on what you're trying to do and what your focus is.